Hi, it's Sandy Parker, and welcome to Crafting for Almost Everyone. So today I'm going to be doing a review of the Arteza Rotary cutter. I'm going to also show you how to use it. I hope you'll stay tuned. So the really nice people at Arteza let me try out not only the rotary cutter but a set of 5 blades, and I thought I'd show you the packaging so you know what it looks like. It's a 45mm cutter. I'm going to rip the back open. Now on the back of your rotary cutter it gives you the instructions, so I thought I would kind of walk you through this. So the first thing you want to do when you get it open is I wanted to show you kind of walking you through it. You do need to have the rotary cutter and the blades because this did not come with a blade in it. So in order to, let's say, change the blade, in this case I had to put a blade in, but I want to walk you through the whole how to do that process. The first thing you want to know is this is your safety guard. You always want to keep it on with the safety. Always. See that plastic there? That's important. See this little push down button right there? That is what pulls it back. And this is one part I will tell you so far I struggle with. And the way I figured out how to do it is I kind of rest the back of it, the bottom of it, on my mat and push, holding with both hands. I push in that button and let it go or pull it back toward me. Hopefully that made sense to you. But I'll do it again so you can see it. You have it on your mat, the bottom. You're holding it with your left hand. You put your thumb on the button and you pull it towards you, and that opens it up so you can see the blade. Okay, so let's close it back up and I'm going to show you how to change the blade. There's a little screw on this side and you just unscrew it. It's very simple. There is a washer in here. You see it right there. You want to tap that out so you don't lose it. So keep those so you don't lose them. Then you're going to, basically what I did is I just went like that and dropped it out so that I had my my blade so I didn't have to touch it. The blades are very, very sharp. Don't let this be anywhere around kids, and don't touch it right now because it will cut you even though you think it won't. You're going to dump it out like that and then change the new one in. So what we're going to do, I'm going to pull this toward me, and you can't see this. Okay, but I just am pulling it toward me and I'm laying it in the slot like that. Did you see that? Hopefully you did. Then I'm going to put the screw in like that. Now remember, I've got the safety on. I'm going to hold it and flip it over. I'm going to put the little washer on. Oh yeah, I remember all these technical terms. And then we're going to put the screw on. And there, it says light or heavy on this, and I'm assuming that it's a lighter touch to get this open or a heavier touch. Let's see. If I squeeze it really hard, does it make this different? Okay, that was light or heavy. Let's see if we can loosen it and see if that makes it easier to do this part. Maybe a little bit. I wouldn't say a lot. We're going to go with light though. Well, actually, I'm going to just screw it just so it's safe. Okay, so we've changed the blade. We now know that when it's like this, it's not safe. So you're going to want to always, if you lay it down, put that cover back on. So you always want to see that orange whenever you lay it down. Don't lay it down without putting that in place or you'll cut yourself. And before this video is over, we're just going to hope that there's no blood spurting everywhere because you know I'm a little bit uncoordinated. And that's a worry for all of us. I'm going to use a quilting ruler that I bought, and I thought that would be the most handy way for us to demonstrate this and to see if I could use it. And the first thing I want to cut is this really sheer material that I bought, and I want a straight edge because what I did originally when I cut this, I did the plate. You know, if you'll remember, I covered that plate with this fabric, and I want to have a straight edge. So underneath, hopefully you can see this, underneath there are grid marks. Here is a grid mark that goes, it's on the 7-inch. See the 7-inch right there? We're going to slide our ruler up to 7 inches all the way from top to bottom. That way we know that our material is going to be straight. Then you're going to hold with one arm, your left arm, and this is going to be the tricky part for me because I am left-handed. I want to see if this works for people who are left-handed. Don't forget that's always part of my gig. And then you're going to hold this right up to the side of your ruler and cut straight down as close to the ruler as you can. Let's see how we did. Well, we did really good, except for I didn't cut the very top, which was not really great. Just see if I can cut that a little bit. Okay. Then I'm going to slide it up. I'm going to slide my material up. Obviously, if you are doing this, you're going to have a better cutting surface than I have because my cutting surface is very, very small because it's where I have all my crafting things and my camera and everything else. So I don't have a lot of room for this. I could have folded this to make it work better, but unfortunately, by folding it, I wouldn't have had any better luck with it because I don't have much room for that either. Okay, let's see if I can stay up against the ruler. Okay. It's not hard at all to cut with. If I had to say anything, I would say that because I'm left-handed, it is kind of a little bit cumbersome trying to do this with my right hand. I don't think that I could do it at all with my left hand. I mean, I might be able to. Let's give that a whirl. Because I know for those of you who are like me, who are left-handed, you're probably wishing you could find something like this that would work, and you can't because you're left-handed. I read up on this tool, and what they said was you should be able to cut through 4 layers of material with no problem at all. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to cut through 4 layers of this very fine, this is a very thin material, and hopefully I want to get a straight edge. So I'm going to shoot for the 10-inch mark at the top and the 10-inch mark at the bottom, and I'm going to slide it over. I'm going to turn it and slide it because if I want to do this left-handed, this is probably the only way we'll be able to do it. And if I'm out of screen, I apologize. Okay, so I'm going to hold the ruler a little bit. That wasn't hard to do at all with my left hand, just in case you cared. That little spot right there didn't want to come off. But all in all, that wasn't hard. It wasn't hard to do. And I kind of thought it would be, but it wasn't. And so we're going to go on to a little bit thicker material. And this time, we're going to cut it with our right hand. I wanted to make sure, I talked to the Arteza people about this, and basically they understand that when I test a product out, it's because I want to see if it will work for someone who has wrist or hand issues. And so in this case, I didn't know if I would ever be able to use one of these tools because they are kind of tricky and they're kind of pricey. And for those of you who are like me, who have hand or wrist issues, and you don't want to spend the money on something like this because you don't know if it'll work for you, join the club. This is the reason I started my channel, is to find products that would work for us. So I'm going to see if I can hold this down. The problem for me really is holding things down with my left hand. And at the very end there, I kind of went wonky there. And I don't know why I keep having that problem at the top, where I'm not cutting through everything. That was no problem at all. Back to, don't forget, we want to close this up like that. So that was regular material. That was like a craft kind of material. I don't know. I really don't know materials at all. If you don't know the story, I got an incomplete in sewing in 7th grade because I couldn't sew a tablecloth and napkins, so you know, clearly I'm not the expert on what materials are what, but that was simple to do. One last thing I want to do, and that's felt. So let me grab my felt and I'll be right back. Okay, so the very last thing we're going to cut are two different thicknesses of felt. One is a thicker felt and the other is a little bit thinner. So I thought we would try them both and see if it made a difference. So I'm just going to line it up. I hope you can see that I'm lining my ruler up on this line at the top and the bottom, hopefully. And then I'm just going to... I didn't know how hard it would be to cut felt, but that was like butter. I'll be honest, that was really nice. I did talk to the nice people at Arteza about giving you guys a coupon for this in case somebody was interested in it. And as you know, I don't make any money for my channel. My channel is a labor of love. It's not to make money, and so when I give you a link, it's so that you can get discounts, but I don't make any money off of it. And I like to make sure you know that, because I don't want you to think that I tell you something is nice or good because I make money off it. That's certainly not the case. It's completely my opinion and not at all about me making any money. So I just want to make sure I told you that in case you wondered. Maybe you're new to my channel and don't know that. You shouldn't ever see any advertisements on my channel. I don't think they put any on, but if they do, it's not that because I know that they're putting them there. It's a surprise if they do. So let's do this edge. That wasn't bad. The problem I have, I'll be honest, is when it's at the top, and that's probably my fault because I'm not paying enough attention to get it all the way to the top. And then when you look at it this way, it looks like the edges when they cut it, when I bought it at Joann's, you can see that right on this side and a little on this side that they didn't that it's not cut straight. So let's straighten out all these edges. I'm going to be doing some projects for Christmas type ornaments where I'm going to be using see, that same thing happens. I must not push hard enough at the top when I'm doing this. Maybe I should go in that direction. I didn't think about that. Something we should contemplate. Okay, I'll do that. I'm going to turn this one around and see if we can get this side to be straight. Okay, this time when I do it, I'm going to go from bottom to top. Remember I said I thought maybe my problem is I go from top to bottom? I don't know what the rule is. Is there a rule about going top to bottom or bottom to top? I don't know. But I will tell you this. I seem to... No, I did the same thing. I seem to have better results because I continue to push, where when I did the other side I seemed to stop too soon and didn't get the whole edge done. So that is the Arteza Rotary Cutter and the 5 replacement blades. The replacement blades come in this really, really nice case. I'll be honest, I don't know what this little plastic thing is. All I know is it came in there, and, well, it came somewhere. I ended up with it. I'm not exactly sure what that does, or even if it's with this, but I'm pretty sure it's from this because you know, it fits in there. I don't know. Anyway, it's got a nice little hinge on it to close it up, and I'm going to close it one more time because we know we don't want to cut myself to death. So there it is. There is the rotary cutter and the blades. I want to tell you a couple more things before we go, and that is if you have one of these cutting mats, and you must use this blade on a cutting mat because it will cut through anything else you use. This is a self-healing cutting mat, and you need one of these definitely because, like I said, it will cut through your tables. It'll make a big gash in your table. You don't want that. So you must use one of these self-healing mats, and you'll want to make sure that you keep the self-healing mat flat and out of sunlight because sunlight will warp it, and if you lay it on its side, it can warp as well. So you want to keep it in a flat, you know, on a flat surface, laying in laying flat like this, and that this tool is only to be used on fabrics, not on paper products, because it will ruin the blade. So you want to make sure that you only use fabric products with it, which would be felt or fabric. I don't know if it tells you on this what else to do with it. I don't think it does. I was hoping I could see a note where it said that. All it says is all types of fabrics. And the other thing you want to make sure of is that when you use it, you always keep that little blade safety mechanism engaged. And I do recommend that you get one of these rulers or a thick ruler of some kind so you can use it as a sharp edge, or a straight edge, a straight edge that you can cut against. That's important too. So I hope that you got something out of this. There will be a discount code somewhere in this area and down below in the more information section. I hope that you learned something about these tools, that you'll give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Please tell your friends about me on social media because you know I love that. And thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.